Greetings everyone, this is MisterGarrot and this will be the final post of the Battle Royale tournament. And this one will be in 4 sections. The first one will be the final matches, and the second one will be a talk with the winners, and then we're gonna have some highlights, and in the end, what's next. And yeah, so if you have already seen the matches and the interview or the talk, you can just skip it because I have time marked it. So you can just jump over to the highlights and what's next. Alright, let's just jump into the first match. And we are into the first match. It's the Jackal and Brando on the left side, and it's Zack the Reaper and Snooker Sam on the right side. Playing on a map De La Cream. It was a map that I made actually before the tournament started, but the final touch was just a week before. Of course, there's still more to do if I wanted to do anything more, a couple of mistakes here and there, but the map itself is more or less done. I think it kind of works out as intended to. And those mines in the wall is hard and tricky to get past. So it's a good implemented thing there. And as I said in the intro, this match has been broadcasted live, or all the matches has been broadcasted live. And Zack the Reaper has also made his own video from and his own take of things, deep analyzing of the matches. So if you haven't checked that one out, you should. And but this one I had to have all the matches in. I will have a small interview afterward as well, or not an interview, more like a small talk. And after that, as I said, there will be some highlights, and there will be my personal take on the tournament and what's next. So yeah, if you have already seen all those matches here, you can just skip to any of the other timestamps there, because this could be a long video. I'm actually not sure because I'm recording the first video right now, so I haven't made anything else in the video, so we'll see when I'm making how long this video will actually be though. But here is the first attack from Snooker Sam. Is going in probably with a lot of infantry. We just have to look here at Brando. Every time Brando builds a dome, he always fills it up with the airfield, always. And let's see, now there's a lot of infantry coming in here, and he will go on the attack here on the Jackal, and he will target down that ore refinery very fast actually. I think I'm 100% sure the Jackal sold up a little bit too early there. I think that ore truck, and with the infantry coming, I think he could have squashed them. So I mean, it's hard to say in the heat of the moment. You want to sell it so you don't lose the money, because you want to get the money. But okay, and this is also very good because the moment Snooksam went down here, he get the vision of the radio dome, he get the vision of the advanced power plant and 2 airfields. That is such valid information. He passed it on to Zack the Reaper, and that means that Zack the Reaper knows that they are so far ahead, and now they will just probably start. Yeah, their Zack the Reaper is starting to take down the wall. He's probably gonna force fire on the mines as well. Yes, there he's starting on that, and they are just getting into position. I do like the playstyle to Brando. I have to give him credits for trying, but going for airfields and MiGs versus a player that has shown over and over again that he is producing those tanks non-stop, it's only medium tanks as well. He should know that he needs to get up defense and tanks to fight them. I think MiGs are not the correct choice in a battle like this. But it's awesome to see that he's trying though. I have to give him credits for that. And those transport ships are loaded with light tanks now. Just look at Snooker Sam, he's just filling them up. And the attack from Zack the Reaper are on. And there is so little here for the Jackal. I think he was, when he lost the ore refinery there, he kind of was set back because he was supposed to put the ore refinery here, and then so he was quite far back then when he sold up and had to fill it there. But there was also a MiG attack here. Then the MiGs took out the construction yard to Zack the Reaper, but that's just gonna be too late right now. And now Zack the Reaper are going to clean out the base there to Brando. There is also just one war factory out for the Jackal. So Even though he managed to get a second ore refinery up quite fast, he managed to sell it, he was still falling very fast behind there, because that ore refinery that he placed down as the second one was supposed to be down here. So yeah, there's a small setback there, but it's a lot of nerves, and also have to remember that the Jackal is just back playing again after hardly playing for a month with a fractured hand, so it's not easy to come straight into this arena of fighting and facing Snooker Sam and Zack the Reaper. They are incredible good playing, and they have shown off in the tournament that they are very, very good players. And GG, well played. And we will move on to the next match. And we are in the second match. It's the map Danek. We have Snooker Sam and Zack the Reaper on the left side. We have the Jackal and Brando on the right side. This will be a great fight, I would believe. Let's see, Snooker Sam is actually getting out the canal, and the canal will actually help the building speed as well. And I have a feeling that Snooker Sam might even pop up a dog. We will see what he will be doing. And then we see here on Brando, he's not producing too many infantry, so he's up to some fishery, and he's also building downwards. We have seen this before, building down this way here, getting saturated on different ore patches. And the Jackal is probably going to get the ore refinery. I'm not sure, it's going to actually put it quite low, so that means he will just keep on building downwards. And all the infantry to Brando has already been taken out. It's so little infantry in the front there. What kind of vision? Okay, so Snooker Sam doesn't have too much of a vision. There's also a small dog there. So he could have pushed in and done some damage, but he just doesn't have the vision. But now he is pushing in slowly, just micromanaging those infantry. But he just doesn't know how little it is here, because he could definitely push in here if he wants to. Look at Zack the Reaper. He has skipped the war factory so far, and he's going for double ore refinery, getting over here, and probably the war factory will come here, which is a brilliant move there. Snooker's he's actually going for advanced power plant, and a war factory in front. That means it's probably going to be a Tesla, and he will be settled. Brando is just keeping on his building style down here, probably going to build down to the water and perhaps get sub pen or something. If we look here on the it does look like the Jackal is a little bit further behind. 2 ore trucks, 3 ore trucks. Okay, here's 3 ore trucks, 1 ore refinery, 1 war factory, 2 ore refineries, and 1. How many ore trucks does he have? He has 3. Okay, so the Jackal and the Zack the Reaper are more or less the same, but the Jackal actually is a little bit further behind in the economy. And the dog managed to get into the base. So he has gotten the scouting he needs. Let's see what kind of scouting does Snooker Sam got. He got this scouting here. It's not all that much, but it does matter though. And then if you look here, this Tesla is up, and this defense is going to be so hard for Brando and the Jackal to break. The Tesla really matters a lot in a position like this. And there is the war factory to Brando, and it's pretty far away from the starting line here, or like his starting position, and there is absolutely no defense. I'm not sure what Brando is thinking here. It would be better to have the war factory, I think, if he's going for a sub pen there, but I think it would be better to place the war factory here and get the sub pen around this area here. It will still be hidden, and it can still build down, but at least then the war factory is close enough that he can run up with the producing tanks here. But he has a plan. We'll see how that works out. If you look at Zack the Reaper, he has 3 ore refineries, he has 2 war factories, he has a radar dome, and perhaps he will even go for a tech center. We'll just have to see. The time is up. How many tanks do they have? Zack the Reaper didn't have too many, but they are coming in more and more now, and that is going to be a problem later on. And there is the tech center. That is a good move there. But now they are pushing in, and it is the Jackal. He's just running straight down to see what kind of information he can get, and he's targeting the ore refineries. That is a good choice there. The Jackal has to defend against Zack the Reaper. So if they are fighting there, Brando needs to do something, but he does not have so many tanks. He have a couple of tanks. He's trying to get into the transport ship and do a little bit damage if possible, but he is struggling. He's lost both his ore refineries and he is losing his construction yard as well. Well, actually, he did have one ore refinery down here though, but he's losing this war factory as well. What kind of information does Snooker Sam have? He does see the service depot, which is incredible to actually have, and here is the transport ship to Brando. We'll see if he can do any damage though. But there's so much damage done here to Brando, and that is really bad. And the Jackal has tried to defend against the Sector Reaper. That is not easy because Sector Reaper is just pouring in with more tanks, and there is an attack going here from Brando. He's going for the Tesla first. That is good, and I don't think they've realized that it's him there. I think Snookersam maybe have realized it. Doesn't look like Sector Reaper have realized though. We'll see what else Brando is going for. Just running around right now, and in the base here, there's so much damage done. Yeah, the Jackal is still here, and here Sector Reaper is actually going back with all his tanks because his construction yard will probably under attack now, and that is not good. But it does look like he will manage to defend here though. It's gonna be close. Ooh, yeah, he's definitely gonna defend this one. And there's cruiser out for Jack the Reaper as well. There was a lot of tanks here for Brando and the Jackal, so they could actually have pushed in the moment Sector Reaper was moving backwards, and they could have actually managed to take out Snooker Sam, and then the match could have perhaps been a little bit different, but now it seems to be a little bit too late, and the cruiser are coming. There is an MCV out, but Brando is placing it just next to the sea. That is a huge mistake because now the cruisers are coming, and they will just annihilate those buildings there. And now there is another push coming in here. And Snooker Sam is trying to push straight into the base to the Jackal. That means the force to the Jackal is moving backwards, and the tanks to Brando will probably be taken out by Sector Reaper, and he's also under attack from those cruisers. So this is looking very splendid for Snooker Sam and Sector Reaper. They are now basically just cleaning up Brando. The Jackal is cleaning up the tanks to Snooker Sam though, so that is very good, and he could actually push into the base because Snooker Sam isn't too much actually, so he could actually have taken out him. So I think in this match, I think it was, even though Sector Reaper had a lot of tanks and he had those cruisers, I don't think necessarily it was so clear, because if Snooker Sam now, if the Jackal and the Brando went into an attack when Sector Reaper was moving back there, I'm pretty sure they could have taken out the base here, and then they could perhaps just settle up here. Might have been. Of course, it would have been a struggle, of course, with those cruisers coming in. But it was another good match from the left side, and it's a good attempt again from the right side, and Brando was trying something again. Just did not work, but the tank force to the Jackal was really good here in the end though. So this match could have gone otherwise, but okay, let's move on to the next. And we are into the third match, a pattern of islands. The Jackal, he just deployed his MCV, and Brando is trying to get into the middle, same with Snooker Sam and Sector Reaper. Let's see where's Brando. Okay, he is trying to get settled. It's not going to be so easy. Let's see. Oh, it's definitely going to be a little bit delayed. Sector Reaper was the first one. Brando was second one. And Snooker Sam the third one. But the Jackal, I think he just needs to produce a lot of infantry and just get into position. He also does need to get his ore refinery and start getting those gems. And the question here now, where will Brando put his ore refinery? This is a good placement, good place to have ore refinery there. I don't know if can he have an ore refinery here? I think he can. That'll be also be a good spot. We'll see where Brando is placing his, and there the ore truck to the Jackal is out. It's a lot of infantry here for Snooker Sam though. Have he overproduced? No, there he did manage to get out his ore refinery, and there's Brando's ore refinery. That is quite in the front, and that is a problem. Will he manage to squash them? I don't think he will. don't think it was too much of infantries from the Jackal either, but the little he had was taken out, and there is no more money for Brando, so he will probably be taken out of the game very soon. So this was a very quick match because I don't see how the Jackal could come back from this though. Brando is falling very far behind here, and well, he will manage to take out one of the flamethrowers, but now there's another flamethrower targeting down the construction yard. He sells it up because then he can produce a couple of infantry, but there is tanks out for Snooker Sam as well now. So yeah, this is trouble. It's gonna be a quick match here between those players. I think the placement here to Sector Reaper is very good. This one was also kind of in the front, but I wonder if Brando could have placed his ore refinery around here, then it would have been protected, and the match could actually have been a little bit different. So a misplacement there. I don't think he knew that there was so much infantry out for Snooker Sam and Sector Reaper that if he knew that there was so many, perhaps he wouldn't have placed it, because it's okay to place it here if you can get up a flamethrower really fast though. Well, okay, that was the third match, and now we are heading into the first deciding match. We are starting the fourth match. We have Brando and the Jackal down, and we have Sector Reaper and Snook Sam on the top. And the map is made so the third building will be able to get over here. And let's see how the rest of the players are doing. Oh, so Brando must have miscalculated here. And there he did. Fourth building getting over. Let's how. Okay, so something is going on here with the Jackal. He must have missed. I don't understand why he sold it. That is a mistake. Huge mistake. Let's look at Snooker Sam and Sector Reaper. Both of them managed to get over. And he replaces the power up here to get over. Oh my god. So he is so far behind compared to the other players here. I think both Brando and... Okay, it doesn't take too long to build this canal, so he's not that far behind. But the Jackal is a little bit further behind. Let's see when he will get up his ore refineries. Let's see, we're just waiting for it. Let's see, this is actually quite many seconds behind actually. That is a bad start for the Jackal. I don't understand why he sold. I mean, he could just have kept it anyway. That's what I think. And then, because if he just kept it, or perhaps he couldn't build there. I just have to think. He had the building there. He can definitely build a second one just there and get over here as well. And in the worst case, he could also have placed the ore refinery here to just get the gems and just build over here with other buildings. You don't have to get down there as the third choice, because you can also place the ore refinery here and you would have gotten a lot of stuff. But okay, what is going on here then? There is some infantry and they are building in a perfect way. Both of them getting over here, getting ore refineries and building into this position. Obviously, almost a flawless start from this topside. 2 war factories out there now, and they are getting into economy. And okay, something is going on here. When you see a gap here, there must have been a building sold, and I would just assume that it's a service depot. And Snooker Sam is actually getting into the middle, just building all the way in, and that is at 2 minutes, and he's basically all the way in. So it doesn't take longer than that. And there is the MCV for Sector Reaper, so he's also gone for our service depot. He will get into placement as well. And they're the MCV for Brando. So they are going multi MCVs. That is always fun to see. We'll just see how that works out later. And 3 ore trucks are out here for the Jackal, so he is definitely trying to crawl himself back in the game after that horrible start he had there. And more ore trucks out. I think it's actually 5 ore trucks out for Brando, and their ore refinery is out for Snooker Sam. And this is actually looking very good for the top side, but it's not too bad down either. But they do need to get up. Is it another MCV though? I think you just need to get up here and deploy it and just start producing buildings or something, because I think it's going to be very close now. 3 minutes are up, so that means they could go on an attack. There was some scouting going on. Let's see, is there any? There's a little bit scouting here actually from Snooker Sam and Zack the Reaper. How about Brando and they also have a lot of vision here. I don't know if they have the Radar Dome, do they? No, they don't have a Radar Dome. And now there is they are moving in. Zack the Reaper is moving in from the top. Snooker Sam is moving in here from the side. We'll see if they can manage to defend here. The economy to Brando are pretty good. Let's see if he can manage to get up a Tesla or something to protect this attack. But it's not so many tanks out for the Jackal, and I think it's a kind of mistake to go all the way over here with the MCV though. Should just have placed it here to get the building speed up and try to build down or something. And there the first Tesla is up, and Snooker Sam is concentrating on taking down the construction. That is good. Now they are going for the war factory, and Brando was in the fight here with Zack the Reaper, and this is looking very bad for Brando and the Jackal already. So many tanks here out for the other players here. Look at the top, you can see that Zack the Reaper has also managed to move over there, so he's in a great position as well. There's a lot of tanks now, Teslas here, so they will be very good, but there's hardly any more tanks. I think he needs to actually go back with the tanks and try to defend here. That's exactly what he's doing, so that is good. But Brando is losing his ore trucks here, and there is not so much ore left on the map for Brando and Jackal, and they are closed down here now by Snooker Sam and Zack the Reaper, so this is definitely gonna be hard for them to get back into the game, because this is a lot of tanks for them, and they are just moving further and further down here. Zack the Reaper is actually starting to build down here as well. He has 2 more MCVs on the loose, so yeah, this is not going to be easy for them. And also this base has now been spotted by Zack the Reaper, and he is now going to clean out the base here to the Jackal. Brando has actually taken MCV inside this transport ship, and he's probably trying to get up to the island, but I think it's just going to be a little bit too late. There is another construction yard and a war factory. The money, look at the money for Zack the Reaper. He has almost 14,000 in the bank, 15,000. So he has a very good economy. It's going to be hard to come back from this. There's another MCV out for Brando. There's a lot of tanks here for the Jackal, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And now it's actually building down here as well. So they are in trouble here now. There is no more money for Brando either, and he's struggling with this economy. It's a very aggressive ore refinery here for the Jackal. I think this is gonna be the end here. He did manage to actually get over to this island, Brando, and did manage to get out to the gems here. Yeah, now they are just going to be cleaned up. I think they are soon tapping out of this one. Now they're just cleaning up the rest of the buildings. Very well played from Snooker Sam and Zack the Reaper in this match, in this final, and even this tournament. Undefeated through the whole tournament. That is really, really good of any players to do. But Brando and the Jackal are really good players. I think they were just being a little bit too... in this match at least, they were unlucky. They did a couple of mistakes here in the start, and it was also them who chose the starting position. They should definitely choose the top side, because building downwards just feels a little bit better than building upwards. It might be a little bit more tricky to get over here. Should perhaps have changed a little bit the starting position from the MCV, perhaps move it up a little bit here. That is something I have to look into, but it is possible. And also I think Snooker Sam and Zack the Reaper have been practicing much more than any other player. They really wanted to win, and they did that with style. Very good play from them there, and congrats to the winners. But they were all very good players. The Jackal and Brando managed to get to the final, and that is really not easy to do. So congrats to getting to the final and getting the second spot in this tournament. But now we will move in to the next chapter in this video, and that will be a small chat with the winners. How does it feel to be the first winner of Battle Royale?
Yeah, well, it was guess a fun series. We didn't know what to expect of, really, but yeah, we're surprised by how well we did, I guess. I don't know about you, Sam, what you were expecting.
I mean, it was pretty long tournament, wasn't it? When did we start? Was it 6 weeks ago, something like that? 8 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think it was even longer than that, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah. So yeah, drawn out tournament, but yeah, I mean it was a load of fun. I don't think there's anything prepares you for that kind of nerves, does it? I certainly felt the nerves going into that game compared to any other game you go into. But, so here I was so nervous, not knowing, did he have any defenses? Were there going to be any people around? How quickly would he notice?
Yeah, because even if you don't get a build in here, it's just like getting like distracting him like that, and he sold it, so that's great value
Yeah.
already.
And at that point, I knew there's no way I'm going to take out another building here. So I was like, okay, let's just get some map coverage. And so I just run down for my life, start building my base back at home, and then I then go back to see Brando's base. That's when I see the airfields.
Yeah.
You got so much good information as well. Getting the airfields kind of knows that you already are ahead of Brando here.
Oh yeah, and you're taking out his radar dome as well, which will really
at this point,
him.
I just assumed my men are dead, so I wasn't even looking anymore. I probably could have carried on, couldn't I, by the looks of it?
Yeah. What my plan was initially was to go tanks from 2 war factories, and I was going to convert it into. I was going to also go for cruisers on the river, but I didn't get to that point in the plan because we were winning at that point.
I was talking about this in the stream. I thought he would build. When I saw he was building down here, I said, okay, he's probably going for a sub plan here. And the thing is, he's so thin here. And we're also talking about it as well. I was saying that you could actually push in.
Could have actually gone, yeah.
Yeah, you are just getting more.
My dog's already in the Jackal's base.
Yeah, I was also talking about the dog going into the base here as well.
Yeah, that was a good move.
That was just for your fans, just for the viewers. And he gets to transport a ship across the water, doesn't he? Because they suddenly show up in my base that I didn't realise.
Yeah.
So obviously, at this point, we had no idea, I think, that he had a sub-pen.
The thing is, I understand he did it in a different match as well, and that kind of worked out. But in this clientele of players, you need to defend this spot here.
Yeah, it seemed. I was surprised by how open that was. I was expecting there to be Tesla at the other side of that gap, because you got the perfect bottleneck there to defend with Tesla. Yeah, well, Sam said I'll defend the gap, and I was like, that'll be fine. There's a Tesla there as well. So I just brought everything back and
I actually think if they choose to attack now, they could actually push in a little bit here.
Yeah, I probably wasn't as aware that the MCB had been destroyed from Sam.
But yeah, you just hung on to yours, didn't you? I was kind of watching as it was happening. I think you had literally like 2 more bullets left on your MCB, and it would have been gone.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a close one, and that's where I had the cruisers coming in.
The cruiser class.
And the thing here, he actually did manage to get an extra MCB, but he's actually deploying it here.
Yeah, right next to the river.
And that was easy pickings for the cruisers here.
And I'm guessing that's when he taps out, when he realises the cruiser's there, does he?
Yeah, well, I take out some of the submarine pen, I think, first, because I see that and I'm like, oh, I can't have submarines there. I was quite surprised that they chose the bottom as well, just because they've always started from where the top left in all the other games.
We started in the normal place. So.
It feels like the top is the better starting position. But it's faster to get the MCB out though from here.
Yeah, I think it's better for when you've got sometimes 2 play. Yeah, it's faster, I guess, from there.
And obviously they just went for the strategy of just having one of them in that island, which I think we saw once pay off, didn't we, in a couple of the matches. But there just weren't enough people out defending from Brando here.
I'm not sure why he's not producing any infantry. He should be producing a lot of infantry.
Yeah, like if you go back and you see where my ore refinery is, it's right at the back, behind my barracks. Because I didn't want to get blown up. What happened there?
Yeah.
What I needed to do is place it right at the bottom, near where the Jackal's base is.
Can you place the ore refinery here?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The ore silo's there. Well, the ore silo would be there. I'm pretty sure there'll be enough room.
Then I started getting worried here that I built a tank, and I was like, can my tank attack on this island this early? I can remember.
The middle's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I was like, I just didn't want to do anything wrong at this point, so I kept my tank away, and then I was like, no, I'm pretty sure. And then on this final one, we'd practiced a few times on this one, and we'd lost a few games of practice, and this was the map that I was the most worried about, that I think I struggled in the most. But just stuck to our kind of pre-agreed tactic where Zach decided to go multi-MCV and I was just there to just get tanks.
We need to see something is happening to the Jackal here.
Does he struggle?
There was something. Look here, he's hold.
Oh yeah. Oh, did he not make the gap?
No, I don't know. He's hold his.
Yeah, because he didn't put it far enough in that corner that first time.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
No, I'm pretty sure though, even if you put it a bit lower down, you can still get that barracks out. I'm pretty sure because I've done
Yeah,
that.
well.
Yeah, I think so.
Slowed him down,
definitely.
didn't it?
Yeah, it did slow him down a lot. Also, Brando was here. You didn't see it now, but he actually built the barracks here. So he also did the wrong. This is the third building he was building to get over. So both of them kind of screwed up a little bit in the start here. But you two did the correct thing. One building and over, one building and over.
Yeah, I think it is easier at the top on that map to find it. It's a really natural placement, I think, in that top left. Whereas the bottom right, I found it not quite as natural.
So you'll see I go for an extra ore refinery right at the top.
Ah, okay, you get it there. Okay.
Otherwise, you run out of ore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if just one player plays that ore refinery there, then it works well. I like moved my tanks down and I was just waiting for the clock to go. And then as soon as it went, I was on my way. And then at this point, I'm not even going to try and attack that Tesla. I might as well just take the base out and then hold fire because we know that they're trapped in that corner.
Yeah, I had a radar dome so I could see red there. So I was just making sure I got rid of that base.
I think again, this map's a good map, and it's again because you've got the bottleneck, it suits the Soviet play. But I think if you just go, I think we knew that when they chose Soviets, I knew that they were going to go multi-MCV, so it was like, we might as well just rush them.
I'm pretty sure there was one point when we were playing Robot and Guesty. I think Robot said there was like three other lobbies of that map, but Battle Royale.
Yeah, it was popular that one night, wasn't it? Yeah. I think one thing that I know that this would massively catch me out is if you actually gave a map on the spot. So when you've been doing some of those other tournaments where you've just been spinning a wheel and people are playing maps which they've just not practiced at all. I think that's sort of like also a different type of skill that some players have and some people probably like me don't have, where you have to just work out the map like as you play it. But knowing the map is great. I think having new maps throughout the tournament is great, but having the practice time certainly helps. And I think people will always find things that work better than others, won't they? So I think even the fact that there's maps that suit Soviets and suit allies, which is good. Like even in that 4 matches we did see, we saw transport ships, we saw cruisers, we saw quick light tank battles, even saw MiGs. So
we've got quite a lot of we actually got more variation in this final, I guess. But
they were short games, but there was variation there, which was good. They weren't all the same. I was going to say, who do you think's the best player, if I can ask that got knocked out in that round 1?
That we have to go on this side, and that will be. They actually didn't get knocked out here. Let's see. Fieldy. I think he would be quite high up here.
I think the best Mojo, Matt, and Micron, I think, are the best team that got knocked out as a team.
Yeah, as a team, definitely. Photonics and Saltpaid.
Yeah.
They were.
Saltpaid, was definitely the best individual player.
Yeah, I mean, that was so hard. Me and Fieldy tried to take him down. We managed to take out Ben, but Saltpaid, oh my god, he is a beast to play against. It's really good. But Photonics was also playing very well, I remember.
Oh yeah, Photonics is a good player. I thought Frisbee and Guna, though, they were my favourites to actually win the tournament when I first saw the teams. Yeah,
they played very well. I'm a little bit surprised that that was the match that actually went to 7. That was actually a very good semi-final as well.
And when you guys started the tournament, did you think you individually might win it? Was that kind of the expectation or the hope?
I mean, it's so dependent on who's your teammate, I guess, is. Like, obviously, I was lucky to get you, Sam, as a teammate because you're one of the better.
But were you worried when you first drew me and had no idea who I was?
Not really, because I think at the end of the day, it was everyone was in the same position. It was just chance. I was worried that I wouldn't get through the first round. I think that was the big worry, actually.
Yeah.
That
But
because
I did not expect to win the tournament whatsoever.
well, I thought it was
But I will.
unlikely that I was going to win. I mean, yeah, the chances are someone else was gonna, but
But the only thing I was hoping for, first of all, just to win one match, and
Mm.
hoping to get to the next round. That was how I was hoping for. So we did manage to win one match in our first match, and it was quite awesome to play with Maximus as well. We were also
yeah,
we
and you
were
got
also
that win with Fieldy against Saltpaid and Benemt when you filled in.
yeah, when I filled in, and that was also very cool. Both Maximus and Fieldy, we were both playing and talking on Steam at the same
Oh
time,
yes.
and that is very beneficial to have that. That's really helpful because I struggle with writing and playing.
Yeah, no, it's obviously you're trying to do so much with your hands, aren't you? Whereas if you can not do that, then it definitely
Yeah,
helps.
well, I think the highlight of the tournament actually was the semi-final series with Brando, Jacqueline, Frisbee, and Guna.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can remember, like, it was just because me and MisterGarrot were co-hosting that, and it was like nine. We started at 11 p.m. and then it was almost 1 a.m. by the time we finished.
Yeah, well.
I just remember being so hyped from that match. I don't think I actually slept that night. I'd been drinking as well, actually, when I was co-hosting.
Get the nerves away.
That might
Kill
have
it.
kept me awake a little bit.
It was a really good match.
Yeah, it was.
It was back and forth, and yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights there. Stepping into the match between the Jackal and Brando versus Robot and Mojomat, and this might have been the highlight of the whole tournament. You can see that Brando is attacking Mojomat here, and Brando is almost taken out. He only has 3 buildings left here, and what he has been doing, he is bringing 1 engineer with him here, and he has 1 building left, and there he managed to take it off. Okay, no, he has 1 building left down there. So yeah, he was so close of being out of the game. Emoji, I thought perhaps he had him there, but apparently he didn't. And as you see here, Brando is actually going with more engineers taking over the construction yard, and now he's going for the ore refinery as well. And now he can just take out the rest of the buildings because Mojomat is coming back. But this is definitely one of the greatest highlights in the game. You can see that Mojomat is trying to come back, and this was such an important match as well. This is the last match, and there Mojomat is taken out. But the game is not over though, because Robot is still in the game here. But that was definitely one clutch move, and he still goes in with more engineers. He's actually running in and he's actually taking over that war factory there as well. So this was very well played here from Brando. It's so clutch, and it's so close of actually being taken out as well. But he managed to take over those building to Mojomat. I don't think Mojomat saw that one coming. I'm pretty sure they were thinking, oh my god, we are winning this match. And then suddenly there was an engineer in the base taking over buildings. That was such a clutch move there, and definitely a highlighted worth showing off again, because this was actually the deciding match as well. And by taking over that building and kind of securing the victory in the end was the winning move here. So yeah, I think this must be the highlight of the whole tournament. So on a personal note, some of my favorite highlights was actually this fight here. The 2 first matches between me and Maximus versus Frisbee and Guna, because I mean my pulse was just exploding. I don't know how much I had, but it must have been really, really high. And the thing is, I managed to do what I was planning to do. You can't really see it here, but I was practicing this spot because I knew that we were going to start on this map, so I was pretty sure that Guna and Frisbee would start at the top. So I decided to practice a lot on this map, and especially on this left side here, because that is the worst starting position. So I was just practicing that one. That's the only one I needed to practice. A little bit on the other side as well, but I managed to kind of do exactly what I've been practicing on, and that was a very good feeling while we were playing. If we jump just a little bit here, I you can see that I am building all the way up here, getting up there, and I will probably soon get ore refinery as well. And at this point, I was actually, even though we are losing this match in the end, it was still a great feeling to manage to do what I was planning to do. And I was, if it wasn't for Frisbee being a little bit aggressive, coming down there and attacking us there, because my tank, I had a lot of tanks there actually at that moment, so I was definitely going toe to toe, and perhaps I think I was even a little bit ahead of Guna at some point there. But this match was definitely a highlight for me. Greatest moment was actually this. This was pretty early in the tournament for us. This will be my second match though. We lost the first one and this is the second one, and this one is very important for us. There was no early attacks here. You can see it's 7 minutes in and we are just trying to hold on, like controlling here, and me and Guna is having a small dance. I have high pressure here. My blood pressure was skyrocketing and we were just waiting for an attack, and then we just have to see what our plan was here. And if I jump just there was some fighting going on. It was actually Maximus who actually managed to do a little bit damage down there, but the counter attack from Frisbee is just huge. He is actually going into the base to Maximus, and I think I can't remember, but I think me and Maximus was talking then, and the plan was for me to just go straight down to the base to Frisbee. And here I'm coming because I knew it was not too many buildings left here, and I'm just starting to take down those buildings there. You also have a little bit help from Maximus because he was actually taking out, and Frisbee is now in such a good spot there, and he's just moving into my base. I don't think he realized that I had all my tanks down here, and now I'm just cleaning out the last three buildings, and the pressure here is so high. Because let's see, there I managed to take out Frisbee, and he was just getting into my base, and he would have annihilated my base there. And now it's just a 1 versus 1, me versus Guna. But I do have the advantage because I can still build down to the gems here. So I knew if I can just hold out here, I will be in a great spot. I also managed to drop some paratroopers down in the right corner there, managing to take out or actually hold his MCV. And at that moment, I knew, okay, if I can just hold and defend, I have the option of actually building. He doesn't. So yeah, that this match was going on for a little bit longer. I was being very careful, and I actually didn't build too much. I didn't go down to the gems either, because I think I was just concentrating on not losing anything and just slowly building down. And in the end, we did manage to take out Frisbee and Gunnar there. So this was definitely, it was a very big relief for me and Maximus, and also it was one of my goals just to win one match, which we managed to do, and that was just an incredible feeling. Of course, we lost the other matches though, but all the matches were really fun, and when I was looking at all those matches, we actually did have a winning chance in many of those matches though. Just a couple of small mistakes here and there, but definitely fun matches to play, and they were much tighter than they look. We could definitely, but there was we had so many mistakes here, so yeah. One of my absolute best highlights were when I was teamed up with Fieldy's Nuts versus Saltpate and Benham 32. We were backups for Guna and Frisbee, who couldn't play in this. Is it a quarter final? So we were just stepping in, and this was one amazing series of matches. Um, the first match, the pressure is on, and we are talking to each other, and I think our plan was from all the way from the start to focus down Saltbait because we knew how good he will become if he is given time and room. Ben can also play very well, which he actually did in one of those matches. He played incredible good in that, I think, a third or fourth match. I think it's the fourth match or something. But right now we are just concentrating on Saltbait because we knew that Benham had a worst starting position, and yeah, we were talking to each other here, and it's just pushing into the base, and we done a lot of damage to the base to Saltpade. Now he's just going on a counter attack. We just need to take out the rest of the tanks here. And the moment that we took out all the tanks here, it was such a relief because we knew, okay, this is definitely winnable. We are so far ahead now, even though we did not know how much Ben was at this moment, but we just It just felt really, really good here now, even though Saltpad can still produce a lot of infantry and do some damage with that. But that was a good feeling. And if we jump into the second match, it was also the same. We were focusing down Saltbait here. That was our only goal here, to focus down Saltbait. We are actually playing on the map the neck. We're trying to split up and trying to attack Saltbait from different angles, but it's so hard. He is so good with those tanks. It's just incredible to meet such a good player. Definitely the best player in this tournament. Um, and he's really showing this off because Salty, I mean Field is nuts. He is such a good player as well. So when he was also struggling with taking down Saltpad here, so that means it shows just how good Saltpad is as a player, how much he has been playing those ladder matches, and why he's on the top table there. So those tank battles here were epic though with the Saltpad, and at some point we thought we were gonna lose this one, but we did manage to get back there and master up a plan and start taking down his last buildings there. But oh my god, that was a good feeling going 2-0 up. Of course, in the two next matches against um, Saltpad and Benham, we kind of screwed up both in that map. I will just go fast past that one because that was just a normal screw up. And then in this match here, there was so many mistakes done, and suddenly Benham was playing like an A player, just running down with a lot of tanks. Could not. Holy shit!
No, I don't want that decider, bro. Why are you doing this to me, Garrett? I wanted a fucking chill Sunday
Oh,
evening and now I'm into this.
it's so good. It was so awesome. But yeah, as a decider, it's 2 versus 2, and we have the one last match now. Map that me and Maximus managed to win against Guna and Frisbee. That's the same map, and since we lost, we are starting the top position. And I practiced this one, and I'll just get the start. So the perfect start would be to go down with my MCV, which I am doing here. And there, that is the perfect start to get it there, because that means I can build over. And the relief of getting this in the perfect position, that is just incredible. Because if I miss there, I will lose perhaps 5 to 10 seconds. It all depends on if I misplace it, then I definitely lose 10 seconds or perhaps more. But if I didn't deploy it, but I have to run back or something like this, that also is a lot of seconds that I cannot afford. So getting into that position might have been the best feeling in the whole tournament for me, at least. But it doesn't mean that we are winning the match. It means that at least now I have a good start. Fieldy had the opposite though. I said that he needs to deploy it for like a couple of seconds. I should have said perhaps somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds actually, because he has a long way to go. So he deployed it way too early though. But that was my fault though. But this here is looking very good. It's such a good start for me. That was such a good feeling. And here I'm getting out so many tanks here. I have moved down to the second position as well, and I can also hear the timer went off there in the back. So it's definitely attack going in here now. And the moment he was going on attack, I will also go on a counter attack. And Saltpad had to go back with his light tanks there, because it did look like they were planning to both go on attack on Fieldy though. But Ben screwed up a little bit in the start here. He went the wrong way, and yeah, and in the end we did manage to win. So another highlight was this match between Fieldy Snuts Mid Genius versus Pikmanos and Cheap Drill. And at this moment, Pikmanos and Cheap Drill is up 2-0. So the pressure is definitely on for Fieldy and Mid Genius here. They do need to win this one, and now they are under heavy pressure. They are attacking the base to Mid Genius here, and this is not looking good for Fieldy and his teammate. And now all the buildings are taken out here by Pikman now. He's just cleaning out here, also getting a little bit help from Cheap Drill, but Cheap Drill actually doesn't have so many tanks left, and it's actually starting to be very few tanks here for Nose as well, and he's done a lot of damage. Will he manage to take down this, or finally he will, and that means it's only the barracks left here. Midgin the Cheap Drill is trying to take this one down. I don't think they can, but now the power plant is down. Will they manage to take down the last building here? And they do manage, and that means it's 2 versus 1. It's Fieldy versus Pick My Nose and Cheap Drill, and this is the moment for him to go on a counter attack. He does. doesn't look like Chief will have too much, so this moment here is so clutch for him if he can just take out the base here. I think actually I can't remember what he was actually doing here, but it's I mean this pressure is definitely on here for Fili. He knows that the pressure is on. He's actually concentrating on just cleaning out the buildings here to Chief Drill, which is okay, but I think he can just push into the base to Nose and take him out because I don't think there's anything to worry about the base there, and that is exactly what he's doing. Nose is going into the base here to Fieldy, but I don't think Fieldy are in a big threat here. And it does look, if you jump a little bit, that Fieldy is actually cleaning out this base to pick my nose. So as an incredible good counterattack from Fieldy there and managing to save 1 point and 1 victory for their team. That was a very, very important match for them. So very well played for them there. If we're jumping into the last match here between them, and the score is still it's 2-1 here now to Pick My Nose and Cheap Trail. And this was actually a good match as well. It's a lot of back and forward. I will just jump a little bit here, and Mid Genius is getting taken out by Cheap Drill, which is actually playing quite well. And Fieldy, he is trying to take out now. So it's a little bit back and forth here. And it does look like Fieldy is more or less taking out Nose here. So that is a very good play. But the thing now is that, let's see, we'll take out here. It takes a little bit time. He's losing a little bit too many tanks here now. So this will be a base race between Cheap Drill, who is going on attack on Fieldy's base. And Field is actually running down. I think that might be a mistake. He should go for the base. And there he decided to go to the base. Actually, perhaps he could have managed to hold if he went down, take out those tanks there. He might actually have been able to do that, but it's a counter attack anyway, and he's trying to go for the base here for Cheap Thrill. But I think he has realized that he cannot win this base race here, and yeah, and in the end, Pick My Nose and Cheap Thrill, they were a little bit too strong. Well played for them there, and they did advance to the next round. So in the match between the Jackal, Brando, Frisbee and Guna, in the sixth match, we had this thing occurring, and that might be the strangest thing we've seen so far. We didn't realize that now, but there we see Brando is actually moving his MCV from perhaps the best place in the whole game, and he's moving it up to the middle. And it's the strangest thing we are seeing. Why would he do such a thing? We actually never asked him why he actually did this. But it is definitely not a winning strategy. But I think perhaps he was hoping to be unseen and kind of be hidden there, because in a base race scenario, he would be closer to his teammate or something like this, or at least he would be further up in the middle. So yeah, this was definitely the strangest thing in the tournament. And did it pay out? That is the question. Because now he's building all the way down again. So that was such a strange thing to do. I think we can go into this one. In this match on the neck, there is also a highlight going on because it does look like Frisbee and Guna are doing quite well here. They are going into the base here to Brando, doing a lot of damage to the buildings here to him. Uh, and he doesn't have too many tanks here, 3 tanks here. I think he's busy doing other stuff because if you look down on the screen, you can see a transport ship going, and the Jackal is trying to push in, taking out a couple of those Teslas as well. So this is actually a very good start, and this is the first match as well. So the pressure is for sure on here. But it does look like Frisbee is just getting a huge advantage here. He's taking out more and more buildings. He's actually concentrating on the economy here to Brando, even though Brando does have a couple of tanks there. And what Brando was doing, he was going in with a lot of tanks here on attack here on Frisbee. And I don't think Frisbee realized this attack, and this will be devastating because you can also see that the Jackal is inside the base to Guna. So this attack here from Brando is just so good. And when we were actually, I actually didn't see so much of this when we were hosting this game. I did see them up there, but I didn't know how much damage they were doing. They actually took out the construction yard, and now they are going for the war factory. And then because Frisbee is actually just selecting all there, he actually did not look at those tanks, and now Brando is going down for the second war factory, and that will be it for Frisbee. Then he doesn't have more tanks. And now he's actually trying to go back to help Guna, but I think this is just too late. So that was just a brilliant and definitely a winning move, because if Brando didn't do that, they might have been in trouble here because Frisbee was taken out there. I think he actually was a little bit shocked that he managed to do that. So that was definitely a good and definitely a highlight for this match. Another highlight was actually the match between me and Fieldy versus Solpaid and Ben M32. And we will see one crazy match. Okay, first of all, me and Fieldy did not play well here, but one player who played incredible good, that is Solpaid. I have never seen so much infantry spread here on the map. He's just constantly producing a lot of infantry after moving into the middle, and it's so hard for us to actually do anything with it because light tanks, they are just not so good. If you cannot if you don't have more than one is easy to take down. Now I have two, so I do manage to take down a couple of those infantry. But if you jump just a tiny bit, let's see, I'll jump over there, and you can see there is so much infantry out here for Saltbed. So it was Saltbed alone controlling the middle part with just infantry, basically. So much infantry, and it was almost impossible for us to do anything with it. We tried to go around, but look of the spreading and how he is working out this map. This is a pro player in action, and this was one heck of a match though. It was me and Fieldy did not play so well though, but even so, we cannot take this away from Saltpet because he was playing like a pro here and showing us that he is the real boss there. And yeah, he had no problems defending against me and Field here. That is just incredible to see such a good player in action and how well he spread out his infantry and just kept on producing infantry through the whole match. And also heavy tanks, they came here and a lot of heavy tanks in the later on. But I mean, he was just incredible in. So what I want to show you here now is the mistake of the century. This is just here. That is actually easiest 1, 2, 3 stopping up right here. And I think he's stopping up for about 5 to 8 seconds, something around there. And 5 to 8 seconds is the reason why he did not manage to win this match. Of course, he did not know that though. And this is the moment he got taken out, and if he had 5 to 6 more seconds there, he would have managed to take out those two buildings and they would have won that match. So he was a little bit unlucky. Of course, you don't know that when you are playing, but in a base race scenario, uh, stopping up is could be in some cases very crucial and go to the enemy's advantage, as it did in this match. They were so close of winning there, so stopping up there for just a couple of seconds, that was devastating. If he only knew, oh my god. But yeah, there was also a good series of matches as well. Another highlight in this series was the match between Rambo and Symmetron versus Study Sasquatch and ESA, because there is a base race going on here, and one of the players are pretty brilliant here. Now the base to Symmetron are under heavy attack from Study Sasquatch, while Symmetron is attacking the base to Study Sasquatch. Rambo is still here in the game though, but I think this is just such a brilliant move because you saw there was an MCV running away, and now Study is just one building away as far as he thinks to take out Symmetron, and that is I mean, because Study could still do a lot of damage to Rambo. He can actually take out Rambo if he can take out this building, if this is the last building. And let's see, it's of course not the last building because we did see the MSV, and now Study is wondering, what the heck am I going to do? Where is he? Now he's just running around and trying to find the last building, being a little bit confused, but to get up an extra MCV and hide it up there, that was a very good move from Symmetron while he is taking out the base to Study Sasquatch, because I think if he didn't do that, I think actually Study could have given Rambo a huge fight, and I think Study would actually manage to come out on top on that one. Maybe, or perhaps not. But anyway, it was definitely a brilliant move there from Symmetron, and definitely worth showcasing that sometimes this actually works out. So, what is next, guys? While I'm talking, I will have one match in the background. This is actually from the first series of matches, the first match between Rambo and Symmetron versus Steady Sasquatch and ESA. And this is actually the second match they are playing. The first one was on Padroff Island, and this is played on the deck. But it's a good match. I'll just have it in the background. It will be on silence because I'm actually commentating on this match. But yeah, so what is next and what is the conclusion? Well, first of all, I have to start with say thank you to everyone who joined this tournament, and thank you to Zach, who was also my co-host in this. It was a lot of help. So like all the decisions on Steam and stuff like this, it was not decision that was just posted out. It was actually after I always talked to Zach if we should change this, etc., etc. Either he agree or disagree. If he agree, I just post it out. So even though I was logged on basically every day through the whole tournament, and therefore I was always in the chat, in the group chat that we had. And you didn't see so much of Sector, but you didn't need to see Sector when you already have one from the one of the tournament directors there, commenting and being available all the time. So yeah, that was actually quite good. So thank you to Zach and the community for actually being here and supporting this tournament as well. And I think 99% of the feedback has been very, very positive, and perhaps 1% has been negative. And out of that negativity, you can divide it in half. One of them just doesn't make any sense. The other one was more like a criticism of things we need to change, etc. And that is the part I want to know. And all the areas that, yeah, you can say considered negative criticism, but it is actually very important to have that feedback, because that is what we can work with and improve on, especially on those areas that was not so good. Some of the negativity was perhaps did not belong here, but that is all right. I got a lot of support through this whole tournament, and it took a lot of time and a lot of energy. I did invest way too much in this. As I said, I was logged on all the time, but there's so many good players, so many good people to get to know during this whole tournament, and that was actually awesome. When I was teamed up with Maximus and Fieldy, talking to them, that was awesome. And also before all of this battle royale, getting into knowing Sack the Reaper as well, that was also very, very cool. So it's been a lot of good stuff with this tournament. As a lot of people has reached out as well, and I am in a dialogue with ESA here as well. So there is something cooking here behind the scene. Perhaps we'll see. And yeah, there is a lot of fun stuff, and so many good players showing off their skills in this set, and that was a lot of fun. And the question is, what is next, and when is the next tournament? For me, the next tournament, or the planning of the next tournament, will be around August. That is my plan, mostly because I will not be available for the rest of the summer. But me and Zach are planning something. If he, I hope he will still join me for the next one, and we will see what kind of type tournament that will be. If it will be a 2 versus 2 or a different one, will it be a pro tournament or like more like a fun tournament like this? That is undecided so far. I do think it might be like pick your own partner, so it would be a little bit more pro section wise, but the time zone has always been an issue, so we just need to see if it's possible. If you choose a partner from a similar time zone, then it will be easier to host those matches if you only have two time zones for each match. So that means you could basically have people from Australia playing with people in USA, as long as it's only two time zones that you have to keep a mindset around. And of course, you can also just have a normal Europe, of course, but I think we want to include as many as possible, if possible. And if it's going to be a 2 versus 2, that is something we are also looking into. I think it's actually quite fun with 2 versus 2. I think that it's awesome. 3 versus 3, the problem with that 3 versus 3 is I think the potential of lag will be much bigger, especially if it's on the bigger maps with a lot of, and especially if you not attack early on. It could be very long matches though. But we just have to see. We will be in the planning stage. We'll see what kind of stuff we will be cooking up. But tournaments, yes, please, there will be many more. And as I said, this is just the start of, for me at least. I have it's been learning by doing. I have done a lot of strange stuff during this time. I've been doing a lot of thumbnails and starting with some animation as well. I think it's a lot of fun and definitely experience, but I'm still in the starting phase, so we'll just have to see how that works out later on for future tournaments, etc. Because the videos I'm making now, I'm trying to make them as simple as possible, but still look okay. And I am practicing more and more on my commentating as well to make that even better if possible. But yeah, and even though we are planning a tournament in August, I will still plan to do as many show matches as possible, because those are also fun and it's a great way to test out new rules, to figure out what kind of rules you can actually use in tournaments, etc. And there is a lot of cool rules that you could implement, but we'll just have to see what we will do there though. And there is many more tournaments that I want to host. Just have to look into it if it's possible. There is one tournament, I will not say what kind of tournament it will be, but I know it will be a huge challenge to make that work, and I do need to have the set of rules in place. But it's a tournament that basically everyone can join, but it's going to be hard to get everyone together at a certain time to have those tournaments, and it has to be based on point systems, and it has to be the chance of playing more matches than just the one if you were not able to get through the first match. So we just have to look into that. That is going to be interesting though for the future, for me at least, and we will see. But yeah, I don't know if I have so much more to say here. I don't wanted to make this too long, but I had a lot of fun with this, getting to know a lot of great people here. I hope I can team up with many of those players again, and this has definitely been a blast. And yeah, as you see in this match here, there's a lot of tanks going on, a lot of fighting going on here. But if there's anything you want me to do next, like if there's something that you think I should invest more time and energy into it, please let me know. I do know like tournaments, they all want me to host more tournaments, and that is gonna happen. But we need to plan it, and we need to have everything settled when we are starting. Because I think that one of the problems with this tournament, and some of that criticism, was that when we were starting the tournament, all the rules were kinda a little bit diffused still. You could still operate in a gray area, and that was a little bit confusing for people, because in my head it should be working perfectly fine, but of course, knowing people will be people, they will always try to exploit those gray areas. That's just how it is, and of course it's our fault for not making the rules clearer. So that is definitely something I need to work on, that the rules are 100% clear, that it cannot be misunderstood or anything like this. And I think the one rule I should think in mind is to have less rules. The less rules you have, the easier it is to handle a tournament as well. But we just have to see, there might have to be some rules implemented. But yeah, so there was some criticism around that, and that is fair enough. And we did change some rules pretty early on. So yeah, but it was a learning experience, and it's a great experience to host this tournament, and definitely something that I want to do much more of. And we will just see how far we will go with the tournaments, if it will at some point, if it's a success, the tournament after tournament, if we could do as the Germans, make a league, that would also be amazing. We do need a little bit help though, if we're gonna make a league, and how to do that, but that could also be an option. Should we have different rules then? That is the question, but it's definitely something worth looking into. It's not something I'll be looking into now. It has to be after the summer. I'll be looking into if it's even possible to put a league together. I mean, if they manage to do it in German with a lot of good players, why can't we also manage to do the same? That is the question. But I think I will not take too big steps here. I think I will hold myself to show matches, live streams, and hosting new tournaments. That is definitely what I'm looking for. And we'll see if we will contact more guys to be included into this. You just have to see what we will do in the future. But for now, it's me and Zach who is planning something. Hopefully, if it fits everything. This actually just realized this match could also have been in a Hall of Fame. This is actually an incredible good match. I just realized that now. There's a lot of MiGs. There's a lot of transport ships. I have hosted a lot. I did post a lot of highlights, but this might actually be one of the best matches when it comes to different stuff going on here. The transport shift has gone on all the way, and there's a lot of MiGs as well. This was actually what I was thinking with those bottlenecks, that you will have to use MiGs, you have to do other stuff. So yeah, this is actually an incredible good match when I look at it. Very well played from Rambo with his MiGs. I just realized that. Oh, this is actually a bit cool. Of course, there is no sound for you guys, but I'll put on a little bit music. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tournament though, and I hope you will be back for the next one. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate that. That makes me happy, as to say, but it's actually quite important for my channel if I want to grow, to get as many subscribers as possible. And just actually, what is also important is that you share the channel in the right areas. If you want to do that, that will also be incredibly good. And check out Zach the Reaper's channel if you are not already subscribed, but the chance that you are subscribed there are very, very big. Yeah, so it looks like we are closing into the end. How much is left of this match? This goes on forever, this match. There's a final attack now from ESA trying to break here. I don't think they'll be able to break this spot to Rambo and Symmetron. No, that's gonna be, we'll have to see. This is actually one of the... I actually remember when I was commentating this match that this was... if this was the baseline of all the matches, oh my god, we will have a good series. I'm pretty sure I said that in this tournament, or in this match here, because this was a very long and very good match. It was just incredible. But I didn't do this one live. That's a shame. This one would have been good to have broadcasted live. But I didn't think I didn't start streaming until a little bit later, I think. But it was a very good match, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm gonna say here. I just wanted to see this match to the end though, so we have to do that. So let's see, is there anything else I can talk about? Well, first of all, I'm very impressed over Symmetron, and I said Symmetron. But I am impressed over Symmetron as well. But I was very impressed over Snooker Sam and Zack the Reaper and how they played during the tournament. To go all the way undefeated is very well, and the mindset to Zack the Reaper there, to the way he was producing tanks there and just going for the winning strategy is almost like a ladder match. How they play in the ladder. So it was a very good playstyle there. So I will wonder how he will handle himself in a more pro tournament when he actually meets some people that will do the same thing to him. Basically, like if he meets Saltpaid, well, let's say Saltpaid was teamed up with Brawn Puddle, how would Zack the Reaper manage to hold the line then? Of course, Snooker Sam might not be the same level as Brawn Puddle and Saltpaid, but they did play quite well together, bro. But let's say he upgraded Saltpaid then to, for example, who could he upgrade it to? Pretty hard, like say Photonics then. He's not all the way up in the top right now, but Photonics and Zack the Reaper versus Saltpaid and Brawn Puddle, that would have been an incredible match to watch, I think. We'll see, and I wonder if he could handle himself there. That was something to think about. But we'll just see what the future brings. And this match just keeps on going. It doesn't seem like it's gonna end, so that means I have to talk even more. Well, what else can I say? I have to say thank you to Maximus and Fieldy for actually joining on Steam chat there and teaming up together. That was amazing to get to know those guys, and talking to them during play style or the matches. That was also very, very good. Alright, it looks like we finally reached the end here, and I think this will be the end of the video as well. I think we just have to end it. I have been talking a little bit too long here now. And GG guys, and yeah, this is the end of this Battle Royale. GG.